What's up, my horse lovers? It's the Horse Reactor here, and I am back for another reaction. And this time we are once again returning to Carly Kaser. This is about horse racing's 9th Triple Crown winner. That is the greatest racehorse who ever lived, the Great Secretariat. The video's name is literally Secretariat. So, we've learned about Sir Barton, Gallant Fox, Omaha, War Admiral, Whirlaway, Count Fleet, Assault, and Citation. We're on Secretariat now. Hopefully, as I'm recording, no ads pop up, because, you know, that's going to start to get annoying. And after that, we only have 2 more Triple Crown winners than Spectacular Bid and Swale. So we got 4 more documentaries to do after this one. This will be like almost like a whole story of him, since the video is like 9 minutes and 43 seconds long. Now it's starting to get in color because, you know, that's by the time, I think that's by the time the world was starting to get color. So, yeah, I just want to get right to it, to see this long video of the greatest racehorse who ever lived. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Proud after Citation, 25 years, a quarter of a century with no Triple Crown winner.
Damn.
Some people were saying there will never be another Triple Crown champion.
Yeah.
Never. And then along came this horse. Along came Secretariat, enjoying the favorite time of a stallion's day right now. One of the favorite times, certainly, his afternoon bath. But his favorite time of day when he was running was when they called him to the post. Secretariat was more than a racehorse,
He was a
Triple
machine.
Crown champion. He was a national idol.
Oh, yeah. He set the record in every Triple Crown race, and they still stand today.
Secretariat on the outside that takes the lead. Jam holding in second. It's Secretariat moving
Well, it's
away
kind of in
by
color
2.5.
for the races.
Jam then on the outside, our native. At the wire, it's going to be Secretariat. He wins it by 2 lengths. There's a strong left-handed whip again by Tinkai. He goes to it time and time again. But Ronnie Turcotte has his whip put away. And Secretariat has him put away. He's beginning to draw away. It is Secretariat. He's coming to the wire. He wins it. Secretariat is widening now. He is moving like a tremendous machine.
Literally.
Secretariat by 12. Secretariat by 14 lengths on the turn. Jam is dropping back. It looks like they'll catch him today, as My Gallant and Price of Prince are both coming up to him now. But Secretariat
Jam
is all
looked like he
alone.
came in dead
He's out
last.
there almost a
Then.
6/2 of a mile away from the rest of the horses. Secretariat is in a position that seems impossible to catch. He's into the stretch. Secretariat leads his field by 18 lengths.
Of all the memories of Secretariat on the racetrack, this is the most lasting. Ron Turcotte, looking back, wondering where the rest of the horses were in the Belmont, winning by 31 lengths. Turcotte was a Canadian, a former lumberjack, later paralyzed in a racing accident.
Good Lord.
Owner Penny Chenery, then Mrs. Tweedy, became almost as famous as her horse, and rightly so. She had fought to save her father's stable when others wanted to sell.
At least she saved it.
Even the groom, Eddie Sweat, became a familiar name to racing fans. From the beginning, Secretariat was a big horse and a big eater with a big heart. He showed it in his first start on the 4th of July. On the right, he was squeezed at
He
the
was mugged
start
at
by
the
a
start.
colt ironically named Quebec, the home province of Secretariat's trainer. He managed to keep his feet, but fell back and was bumped into the rail. Still, he managed to finish 4th, only a length and a half back. Secretariat had heart.
I bet he was heartbroken that he lost.
The arrow points him out in the hopeful stakes at Saratoga. Watch as he begins to pass horses. Secretariat by now had won a maiden race, an allowance, and the Sanford Stakes, but this time he really showed his stuff.
Yeah, he
He
did.
was the son of Bold Ruler, who passed on great early speed to his progeny, and Something Royal, a daughter of Prince Quillo, a great endurance runner. The combination of genes produced a colt who could do everything. Owner Chenery had won the right to Secretariat in a complicated coin toss arrangement with Ogden Phipps.
Well, she lost
No one
that coin
argued now
toss.
that she should have sold her father's horses. In this race, Secretariat stamped himself as something special,
Oh, yeah.
winning easily by 5 lengths. His stablemate Riva Ridge had won the Kentucky Derby in this year of 1972. Now Secretariat went on to win the Futurity in time faster than Riva Ridge had run in winning the same race the year before. He finished first in the Champagne, but was disqualified for ducking into another horse when hit with the whip.
Oh, come on, that's
He never
stupid.
ducked before, said the rider. He never had to be hit before, the trainer said. He was named Horse of the Year as a 2-year-old. On Derby Day 1973, the biggest crowd ever to that time, 135,000, jammed Churchill Downs.
Damn.
They had come to see the big red chestnut with 3 white feet prove that a bold ruler colt could go 1.25 miles. The field of 13 went to the post. As expected, Secretariat came out of post position 10 slowly and settled into last place as they passed the stands for the first time. He had been syndicated for $6 million in a deal put together before he ever ran a race as a 3-year-old. The deal stipulated that he would race only for this season. His insurance for that year cost $500,000. So
What?
this was valuable property trailing the field. After winning the Bayshore and the Gotham in New York, he had been upset in the Wood Memorial, finishing 3rd behind Angle Light and Sham. Just
A
the
lot of
same,
people
he was
say
made a
Sham
solid
beat
favorite
him.
in the Derby, and the
Sham
bettors knew what they
beat
were
him
doing
in the
on
Wood
this day.
Memorial, but no, it's Angle
Secretariat
Light.
picked up horses all the way down the backstretch, then made a big move on the turn. At the quarter pole, Sham took the lead from the speedball Shecky Green. It became a 2-horse race. Secretariat and Sham battling down the stretch. Sham's rider was Lafitte Pinkai, known as the strongest jockey in the game in a stretch drive.
Seriously?
But in the end, it was Secretariat, smoothly switching into overdrive, winning the Derby in a record time that would last for many years. The 2nd straight Derby win for owner Chenery, trainer Lauren, and jockey Turcotte. Now on to Pimlico.
And they're up.
Field of 6
Oh,
for this
the
one.
lead. That's Deadly Dream on the outside, Ecole Taj. Then it's also Torsion on the outside. They're coming by us. It's Ecole Taj getting it, and he's moving away by about 2.5 as they pass the stands, settling into second Torsion.
And Secretariat's
Sham has
dead
good
last.
position, third on the rail.
Again.
Another 3 lengths back, Deadly Dream. Then our native and Secretariat is last again as they move into the first turn. They're into the turn. Ecole Taj has it by 2 lengths. Torsion second by a length, and then Sham.
There he
third.
goes.
Sham under an easy hold right now. But here comes Secretariat. He's moving fast, and he's going to the outside. He's going for the lead, and it's right now he's looking for it. Ronnie Turcotte sends him alongside Ecole Taj.
From there on, it was a duplicate of the Derby, except that this time, Secretariat was in charge all the way.
Most of the
Sham,
way.
second in the Derby, would be second again, and our native once more was 3rd. And the margins were exactly the same. 2.5 lengths to Sham, another 8 to our native. Again, the Daily Racing Form clocker had it as a track record, but the official clock, which may have malfunctioned, said otherwise, and that was that. It was a great day for Meadows Stable, even though the owner was burned by a cigarette, her husband's pocket was picked, and her car was hit in the parking lot. How could that
Damn.
matter when you own Secretariat? Belmont Day was hot and humid. There were 5 horses, but everyone was watching just 2, Secretariat and Sham.
Duh,
Jockey
because it was
Turcotte
like a
had
match
noticed
race
in the
for
warm-up
them.
that Sham didn't look as sharp as usual, so he decided to test him early. Sham stayed with him for a while, but by the halfway mark, Secretariat was drawing away.
He was
At the
gone.
half-mile pole, he led by 7. Sham faded
Well, in that
and
race.
eventually finished last. It may have been the greatest performance ever anywhere.
Flightline looked like he was Secretariat in 2022 in the Pacific Classic.
31 lengths in world record time. Penny Chenery thought of her father, who had died a few months before, and savored the great victory. But even Secretariat was made of flesh and blood. Saratoga, that beautiful spa in upstate New York, is known as the House of Upsets.
Why?
And one was waiting for Secretariat in the Whitney Stakes. Trainer Alan Jerkins, who specializes in surprises, had a 4-year-old gelding named Onion, who
That's
had never
right.
won a stakes race, primed for the effort of his life.
Were the owners
Secretariat
crying
couldn't
when
field
he-
this
when he
Onion and
won?
lost by a length.
Well, when Onion won,
In mid-September, the bugle sounded for the first Marlboro Cup, a race created for Secretariat. He was the only 3-year-old in the race, and the chief opposition was his stablemate, Riva Ridge.
the only
If
time they
Secretariat
met.
won, he would pass the $1 million mark in earnings. If the stablemates finished first and second, it would be the pinnacle of trainer Lauren's career. It turned into a match race between the two, but there was no doubt of the outcome. It was Secretariat all the way in another world record time of 1:45 2/5. The champion ran 2 more races in New York, losing the Woodward to Prove Out, another Alan Jerkins horse, winning his
Prove
first
Out?
stakes
That
race
name
like
does
Onion,
not ring a
then
bell.
winning the Man of War, his only race on grass.
Not true.
On a cold, rainy,
because
windy October day at the Woodbine
his last
track,
race
Secretariat
was
made his
also
only appearance in Canada,
on
his
turf.
trainer and jockey's native land. Unfortunately, the rider was serving a suspension and couldn't participate. Eddie Maple rode him that day.
See, this is grass.
This is his last race. He's in the section of blaze of glory. Secretariat, ladies and gentlemen, he's all yours, and he's coming to the wire. He's on top now by about 10 or 12 lengths. Secretariat has it.
So Secretariat won the Canadian International Championship and was retired. Appropriately for the horse who could run on anything, the course for that race was part grass and part dirt. 9 days later, he made a farewell ceremonial appearance at Aqueduct, then was sent to Claiborne Farm for stud duty. He was champion 3-year-old, champion grass horse, and horse of the year.
He earned it.
No horse has ever been as closely identified with its owner as Secretariat was. Penny Chenery had fought for her father's stable, and when Secretariat came along, she won the hearts of the people just as her horse did. She was the embodiment of what the gracious lady horse owner should be. For some years, Secretariat was a good sire, but not great. But then came 1986 Horse of the Year, Lady's Secret, and in 1988, his son, Risen Star, who won the Preakness and the Belmont. Secretariat now had done it all.
He really has. All right. So that was Secretariat. Luckily, no ads popped up as I was recording this. Because, you know, that would have been annoying. Like I said. Also, it was like a whole story on him. Too bad he never sired a Triple Crown winner. But he did sire Horse of the Year in Lady Secret and Preakness and Belmont winner in Risen Star. Both good horses, by the way. In that video, it said that the Man of War Stakes was his only race on grass. But no, that was a lie. Because in his last race ever of his career, up at Woodbine, that was also on grass. Well, grass and dirt. So, yeah. Secretariat ran on the grass at both Belmont. Well, I believe it was Belmont that they had that race at. And then there was Woodbine up in Canada. So, whoever's narrating these videos, you were wrong about that by saying that the Man of War Stakes was his only race on grass. Because it wasn't. But, anyways, still a great video on him. And now we just got 2 Triple Crown winners left in Seattle Slew and Affirmed. But after Affirmed, that's not it for these documentaries, because you got 2 after that. You got Spectacular Bid and Swale, like I've been saying. But I'm gonna keep saying that until we get to those 2 videos. I mean 4 videos: Seattle Slew, Affirmed, Spectacular Bid, and Swale. But Secretariat right now had done it all, like they said in this video. Just too bad he never sired a Triple Crown winner. But man, he was something. He was a machine in horse racing. A tremendous machine, as the track announcer at that time said. Anyways, that's going to be it for this reaction, so please leave a like down below. Most importantly, copy the name of the video I reacted to and search it up in the search bar so you guys can see the video for yourself and having me talk over it. And click over here to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.